Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2019 Career Mode, episode number 61. It's now the 12th of August, so about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, from the beginning of the signing period. Having moved forward a little bit, a lot of pieces have already begun to make their moves. So, first off, with our 76 points for the 2020 index, we are now down to 11th. That's 18 World Tour spots. So we've slipped quite a bit already. But what's still out there? What's left to move? Well, first off, Ackerman going to Decathlon Quickstep. Kuhn going to Jumbo-Visma. Kruiswijk staying with Movistar. Sivakov staying with Ineos. Valverde still around. He's ancient. 40 years old. That's not ancient. I'm almost 40. But okay. Enric Mas. Astana. Bjork Lambrecht still in the game, staying with Lotto Soudal. Arnaud Demar staying with Groupama FTJ. There's Satoli pick up Formulo. Rowan Dennis, the one and only, going to Bora Hansgrohe. Terpstra staying with Direct Energy. Miguel Bryan is sick, 2 to 3 days, easy stuff. Bernal staying with Ineos. Michael Woods take Bora Hansgrohe. Michael Woods take Bora Hansgrohe. Bora Hansgrohe takes Michael Woods. Yeah, no, words. Groupama FDJ picking up Roglic. Bahrain Merida, Miguel Angel Lopez, and Chris Froome staying with Ineos. That's a lot of big names already off the market. So, where do we stand? Where is it now? AG2R, still just 10 riders for them? They haven't signed anybody yet. Astana, keep Fosung, add Moss, but they lost Lopez. That's still enough for 4 stars, though. Bahrain Merida, looking pretty strong with the additions of Van Aert and Lopez. Bora Hansgrohe, 4.5 stars. Looking really good. CCC, nothing. CCC is a team that it looks like we could beat, but they've only got 14 riders of comparison to the 26 that they had a year ago, and they're not far from where they were a year ago. And they were good enough. That was good enough to be World Tour status a year ago. The only difference between here and what we have is they're a little bit better in the time trial, but we are better in GC, hills, cobbles, and sprint by a small margin. So, right now, we're above CCC. We got to keep an eye on that one. Quickstep's good. EF Education, nothing yet. They've lost Woods, and Martinez is the best rider they have at the moment. Groupama FTJ, yeah, they're strong. They're above us. Lotto Soudal. Mitchelton Scott, there's one that's still plenty of money to spend, I would imagine, and a long ways to go. They have lost Adam Yates. I'm not sure where Simon is. Is Simon already gone? They're at just 3 stars and 7 riders right now, but you would imagine that there's plenty of movement to happen. They've got to have quite a bit of budget left. Movistar has already recovered to 4 stars. There's Satoli. They're behind us right now, just 9 riders. Formulo coming in, but they lost Sagan. So they might not get back to where they were, if we're lucky. Formulo is going to be fairly expensive for them, but not Sagan expensive. So what will they get back to? Apparently they're still really good as punchers right now. I mean, look how high they're rated, but I think they're below us. Ineos is strong. Jumbo-Visma being reshaped. Katusha Alpecin look exactly the same. Probably because Youngles is their top guy. Sunweb has lost a bit. They still have Demulan though. They'll be tough to be above if we're above them now. Same with Trek. UAE, they might not have a lot of potential. They only have 9 riders. They've lost Gaviria, so their sprint will definitely not be as good. Though Kristoff isn't a big drop-off from Gaviria. So what else will they get? In the rankings right now, index-wise, here's how it looks. Koenig and Bora Hansgrohe at the top. FDJ, Bahrain, Sudal, Ineos, Astana, AG2R, Movistar, Trek, all above us already. Trek, the first 3.5 star, 1, 2 be above us. So you can see just how close we are to that 4-star margin. But Arcadia Samsic is right there. UAE is close. Katusha Alpecin is close. Sunweb, you know that they're going to get stronger. CCC, Neri Satoli is down here. We might be able to stay above them. That's one World Tour spot that could be available. Jumbo Visma, you figure they've got to have plenty of money still to spend. And they could be jumping over us. We're already over 19. We're up to 19 at 3.5 stars already with Direct Energy. They missed out last year at 3.5 stars. So did Arcadia Samsic. So there is some competition for moving up to World Tour status. And it's already in that 3.5 stars is no longer enough. Will it go all the way up to 4 stars? Will there be 18 or 16, 17 with 4 stars? It's possible. It is possible. It's not going to be easy, that's for sure. Next up, Larry H. Miller Tour of Utah. Stage 1, there's nothing to it. 135 kilometer, it's one little climb and an easy finish. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that one off camera. What about stage 2? Oh, reminds me of stage 1. Well, how's that punchy? There's going to be sprint finishes, both of them. Stage 3, that'll be decisive. That's going to be a small group finish through that descent. 4 is on the flat. 5 is on the flat. 6 is the actual decisive stage, as is 7. I'll see you on stage 3, really. And maybe we'll have a news update if there's worthy updates in the next couple days. I don't feel like I can skip these 2 stages, so I'm going to go ahead and have to complete those off camera. As we approach the one and only climb of the day, stage number 3, first 2 stages, nothing exciting happened there. I was able to get Morgan Bryan as high as, I don't know, 4th, 5th on one of the sprints, but otherwise, that was that. Now, these riders providing protection, they're not going to last terribly long, so why don't we do this? Go ahead and gel up now so you can last a little bit longer. Breakaway is down to a single rider, 47 seconds ahead, so they're not going anywhere. You can see it's steepest at the top, but it's pretty steep here at the lower slopes that we're on now. Gel's already done its trick, giving Brian and Garrison a little bit longer. And they're going to start to fade. So Brian's already going back. He was protecting McNulty, so let's go ahead and use Sean Bennett now.
The pace seems much too high for many riders.
Brian out the back. Garrison out the back. 55 riders left. Let's go ahead and bring it on down. A little bit closer into the action here. You can see Logan Owens already going backwards. He was protecting Barta. Too late for Bennett here. Let's go ahead and use these guys as gel. Mater. And it's still giving a little protection. Good for him. Logan Owen somehow still in contact at the back of the peloton. But we go through the final 5 kilometers here. And we're right into this section now. It's going to level off again before we ramp up one more time. That's going to really do some damage to some riders. McNulty's in good shape. Barta, Mader, they're doing okay. There's a little bit of recovery up till this point. Here's that first tip. We go into that little saddle area. And then we're going to go uphill to the top of the climb. Still 52 riders. Part of me wants to try to do some damage with McNulty here. Let's see. Barta's right there. There's Mader. McNulty. Bennett's not going to last, but we could do something like this. Go ahead and use Mader's gel. Barta, give us a little acceleration here into the steepest area. Straight up. 1K to the top, and see, there's actually a little attack, so this is good. He's going for those KO endpoints. There we go, Mader over the top. He's going to pick up the points at the top with McNulty in tow. Oh, Debusset had been in the breakaway previously, so Mader goes into third in that contest. Now it's down to 21 riders. Mader, we're going to sit up here in a little bit. I think that's far enough. Mader will go into protection mode, and Barta survive. Good for you, buddy. 21 riders in the peloton. Back to 33 now. I don't think too many more will make it back on, but it depends on if there's any pace during the descent or not, which means we might need to send Barta to the front to make sure that there is some pace as we go over the top. Oh, you guys need water. 30K to go, huh? Mader, go grab some water. 30K is a long way to go, even downhill. There you go. Job well done. And Barta is going to ensure those other guys don't come back. He'll just give whatever he can at the front. I don't need him at the end of the stage. Actually, now he is recovering. Riding hard. Looks like he's actually damaging a few guys, so there you go. No, maybe not. Logan Owens could come back into the group. 10K to go. Can we compete for the stage? I need Owen up here. You're going to help us. Who would? Well, McNulty's who I'd want to, because of the overall. And he's the only one with a gel left. Excuse me. Whew. Sorry, that was a withheld sneeze. Those are not fun, but we don't need that extra noise coming through the microphone, do we? Okay, Barta's obviously the front man, but let's give everybody else a 99. We do ride for McNulty, but who's going to be the best lead out? Definitely Owen. Doesn't need a lot of energy here, so. Barta's already going 99, so that's fine. 36 riders. 3.5 kilometers. Now 3 kilometers. Barta's done. Mader's not even leaving Barta behind. 1.9K. 1.5. We're going to sprint out of this corner. And McNulty way too slow. Mater might get a top finish. He gets second. Okay. Nice. Ciccone takes the stage. Simon Clark takes third. But we do get Gino Mater into second. Meanwhile, McNulty takes 12. Small group finish. Yeah, it's worth it.
Now for the best moments of the day.
Now there will be some updates after we exit out of this stage. So let's go ahead and see what does that do to the standings. Well, it looks a little bit like this. Ciccone in the race lead, Gibbons second. Paddy Bevan, Nick Roche, and Gino Mater has a little bit of time. Chris Hamilton, Simon Clark, those guys have all had top 3 finishes. Then the core are all within 10 seconds. There's McNulty, and it should be about 29 riders. Okay. So 29 riders left in contention for this race. Thin the field out a little bit today. Mater's got the under 25s right now. Alright, here we go. Here's the news. 3 days of updates. Lombardia. Okay, we got an invite to Lombardia to end the season. Gilbert staying with Duquesne Quick-Step. Excuse me. Sagan with Arkea Samsic. Jakobsen extending with Duquesne. Brian's recovered from his cold. Big Bang Tour. Let's see. Bahrain. Rita recruits Van Aert. Ooh, Jumbo Visma could be hurting now. Gaviria. Uman extending with Sunweb. Okay, I knew they were going to be making splashes at some point. Lampard staying with Duquesne. Castroviejo with Ineos. Stuyven with Duquesne. Nawson with AG2R. Still 11th. Now, at this point, realistically, the best thing that could happen are these 10 teams above me continuing to recruit, continuing to get stronger. This year, this coming year, anyway, I do not care one iota if we are a strong team or not. My objective 100% is just qualify as a World Tour team and compete, because I already have the quality, even without the additions that we have coming next season. I already have the quality right now to compete in the World Tour. Not tremendous quality to compete, but enough. And we do have talent coming in to add to that. So I'm not worried about whether we can compete and survive that way. I'm simply just worried about the projection index. Are we one of the top 18? So that's going to involve keeping good teams behind us, overtaking a number, and becoming one of those top 11. Because if we're a Continental Pro on this budget that we've got coming for next year, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt the balance a lot. And we're just going to go out and slaughter everybody Continental Pro-wise and do really well World Tour-wise. We're going to have tons of points, but we won't be in the best races. And then what, for that next year? We'll have no budget left to spend. We don't have anybody expiring next year. So, yeah, bad scenario. Bad scenario is that. We'll already be over budget already when we come up next season, meaning we wouldn't be able to sign literally anyone because we'd already be over budget on August 1st. So 2 weeks into this signing period now, a lot of names have come off already. A lot of names. So can we stay on top? Hopefully we can. On top as in, in the top 18. All right, well, that was stage 3. There are 2 big climbing stages to go, and they are 6 and 7. So, couple more days, and then we'll see if there's any new updates. Before we enter the 2 big climbing stages, 6 and 7, with the standings completely unchanged after 2 sprint stages. Thibaut Pinot extending with Groupama FDJ. The Moulin Team Sunweb staying there. Adam Yates to Duquesne Quickstep. Alaphilippe extending with Duquesne, and Duquesne adding Stormcrag Anderson. So they have a huge list of riders. Their budget must be massive. We've slipped to 15th. We have slipped to 15th. So that part, a little bit worrying, but here we are. Duquesne, Bora, Bahrain Riga, Groupama. Any surprises? Okay, EF Education, they've come up a lot. Sunweb's come up a lot from where they were. They're both still 3.5 stars. UAE is up to 4 stars. Jumbo Visma, who was way down, has come back up. So those guys are up. But now here we are. Excuse me. Katusha opposite. Archaea Samsic still behind us. Mitchelton Scott has recovered, but they're still behind us. They're just 3.5 stars. CCC currently out. Neri Satoli dropped from World Tour after getting in a season ago. Right now you have us and Archaea Samsic stealing the spots of CCC and Neri Satoli. They're the first 2 out. Direct Energy, who just missed a year ago, still just missing. We're still in the upper tier of 3.5 star teams. We're very, very close to 4 stars, but you can see 2 teams have squeezed their way in between us points-wise. I don't know what the mark is. Maybe 80 points is 4 stars. That would actually make a lot of sense. 80 points being 4 stars, right? The way stars might work. 90 points would be 4.5. 3.5 would be 70 points. So 76 would leave, room for 3 points above us. Those guys could be there. These guys could be 75 to 70 to 75. That would not surprise me one bit. Not one bit. Not saying that's how it works though. That's just an assumption I'm making right now. That would put these guys in the 60 to 70 range. 50 to 60 range. We're well ahead of them. So right now, so far so good. However, it's starting to get a little bit shaky. Right, we've only got 3 positions left to play with. So what does the market look like then? Here's who's free in 2021, as in still has no contract for next year. That's the top of the list. That is the top of the list, meaning there is no top riders left. None whatsoever. There are riders that we were looking at. You've got Bookman, you've got Conchi, good riders. Tunison, Durbridge, Bauhaus, Jan Hurt, and Rudy Millard. That's all that's left for the 75s. So there are 7 riders there that are a 75 or better. Everybody else is a 74 or below. Those aren't game changers anymore. Those are game changers if you're a Continental team and you want to become Continental Pro. And they could certainly push you to that level. But looking at what's here. Postelberger, the best one on the flat. Nicola Conchi will boost a mountain profile of a team. Hills, no top punchy riders left. Filippo Ganna could push your time trial up a little bit. Dibben, Durbridge, there's still some time trial ability to boost. Classics, some 76s, they'll help. Sprints, 77, nothing better. So they're still small increments, small improvements that can happen to a team's profile. But with 0 top riders left, there shouldn't be much movement now. We're talking a couple points at best, right? You might add Nicola Conchi and improve your GC ability slightly, right? You might get Filippo Ganna and improve your team's time trial profile. So there is a small chance to get bumped down a little bit further while these guys are still available. But we're talking small gains now. So, is that enough? We're at 15th. And it's getting close. It's getting close. We were, 21st last season? And we are definitely better than we were. But we were 3.5 stars, and we're still 3.5 stars. But I think we were the last team at 3.5 stars. So we were like a 70 last year, and we didn't miss by much. 76, hopefully that's going to do it. We'll see. I'm still nervous. It's getting close. We still have 2 stages to go here, though, in the Tour of Utah. Big climbing stages. Let's go ahead and 6K to go. Breakaway of 12. 2.5 minute lead for them, and the peloton is already starting to shrink. 80 riders. Pace has been high as we're trying to chase that large breakaway down. And so we enter the first of 2 big climbs with a lot of damage already to the field. You need to take over for Brian, and then we're going to have to start using some gels. Holy cow, these guys are going quick.
The group is slowly thinning out due to such a frantic pace.
Okay, Brian's done. 50 riders left in the peloton, and we better bring it on down because can't see much of what's happening here, and it's not pretty. That one's going backwards. Okay, Garrison. Owen, it's a little late. That's going to leave Barta to protect Mater. Bennett kicking in time. This is, where are we? Was that the first section? It was. So you can break this climb up into 3 sections. We just finished the first section. We're now starting to head up again. We're going to get a little respite here before it gets pretty steep. The second section is the worst. Bartes Gel kicking in. We're catching breakaway riders. Meanwhile, we're under 40 peloton riders.
It's in such percentages that the strongest can create some gap.
Now, this is not the strongest field you're going to see when it comes to climbs. As we got Bennett now going backwards. He's going to leave McNulty alone. And he's already dropped. So Bennett's been dropped. We're down to 3. Might regain contact for a moment, but that's because we're heading into the 3rd sector. 31 left in the peloton, and again, some of those guys are about to go backwards. Mater looks like the stronger rider. He is on Fitness Peak, and with that, he's hitting really nice race day conditions. McNulty, meanwhile, the stronger climber, pure climber, is not in form right now. Just 2 riders left on the front, plus Ciccone leading the way over the top. He is the favorite. Okay, Barta is now fading. But he has made it over the top. He will recover. We've got 17 in the peloton. We've got 2 left in the break, and it's a very small gap to them, so they've got 0 hope. I like the numbers. I like that I have 3 out of the 17 that are here. I do need water, though. I really need water, so McNulty, you're in the best shape to do that. Barta providing protection for Mater. Oof, don't get dropped here. Come on, McNulty. Get your water and get up there. There we go. Alright, come on up, come on up. There it is. So I think we might end up riding for Gino Mater because next stage likely going to be the same thing. McNulty's been seeing a lot of negative race day conditions here in the heat. Doesn't like the heat. Meanwhile, Gino Mater has been looking good. He's supposed to be seeing a +3. I think this is his objective that ended up getting set for the year, plus the fitness peak. So as we have just 22K to go, those two riders, they opened up a little gap at 40 seconds. Yeah, they're right there.
A rider is down.
And nobody's going to catch us now. Barta has recovered a little bit. Mater's in really good shape. McNulty almost back to full strength, but again, I think Mater's going to be the better choice at the top.
This climb features some dreadful percentages.
I wouldn't really call this the climb yet, but we are going to be heading up to Snowbird. We're here in town. And let's see, is this... I'm trying to think what town is this? Is it...
Just past the 15 kilometers road sign.
I don't remember. I don't think it's Salt Lake City. Anyway, so here we are. Those two riders, not enough of a gap. Peloton actually has grown a little bit. That group behind us has made contact. I don't think they're going to affect
They all look ready to set off again.
the outcome, just how long it took to chase. If Barta did not recover much, I'm sure those guys didn't recover too much either. We're going to use McNulty's gel before too long, but wow, look at how consistent this is. We're in the lower slopes now, and then it's just going to go up, up, up. 12 kilometers in length, 2,500 meters of climbing, 7.4% average gradient, and I think we're about to hit about 8% gradient. That's just going to... It's going to hold. Here you go. Here's the ramp up, and 8.1. There you go. So we're right between an 8 and an 8.2, it looks like. And we're just going to keep going up. So Barta's going to get dropped here really soon. There you go. He's starting to go backwards. And now we're going to let him go. Down to 21. And we're going to use McNulty's gel. It's weird to have him riding for Mater instead of the other way around. But as we are down to 20 riders, holding steady at the front, nobody attacking right now. This is all just pure natural pace. I don't think Craddock is pulling at the front, though he could be. Nolte, boy, he's not lasting long. That negative race day condition is hurting him. I hope some of the other guys here in this group are feeling similar to McNulty. Here we go. Here comes the acceleration from Izagira. And this is going to shatter the field.
Again, an attack is launched.
By the way, that breakaway is long gone. 5 riders left. 4 riders left. Slow down, Mater. Ciccone, Izagira going, and I think I have to let him go. We need to just ride now with Sepp Kuss. Otherwise, we're not going to have any energy to get to the top. Okay, McNulty, how you doing? Off the back. Behind us, there's Kamna and Chavez. Those are the other best climbers besides Ciccone. Izagira shouldn't be doing this well, but he must be in form. Oh, shoot, Mater. Wow, Chavez. Wow. And he's just going to keep right on going. Alright, we've been caught by a group of 4 here. It's Kamna, Hagen, King. By the way, I did not bring my best team to this race. It's not an objective this year, so I'm letting a lot of our actual team leaders take a rest. And McNulty, who should have been the team leader for this race, is just not quite strong enough. And the heat really getting to him.
It's going to be very fast. Great stuff.
Ciccone takes the win. Izaguirre, Kus, Chavez, Kamna, King. Mater takes 7th. Meanwhile, McNulty getting out-sprinted by all these guys. There goes the race leader, Gibbons, Hamilton. He's going to finish 19th. Weak showing for him. Kind of weak for the team, I suppose. Not the worst showing, though. Still in the top 10. Mater was 5th entering the stage, so he should still be somewhere right between 5th and 7th now. Dang. Brian's still out there. Nope. There you go. He finally crossed the line. 78th.
And here are the race highlights that we've selected for you.
Barely take his hands off the wheel. It's only 8%. It wasn't that bad. So minute 43 was the gap. That drops him 1 place to 6th. Ciccone in the race lead. Gorka Izaguirre 2nd. Sepp Kuss, our former rider, the one we let go. He's developed a little bit this year. Or has he? I think he was a 76 already. He just wanted way too much money last year. I think he was a 72 though. Just don't know where that 73. Maybe he was a 73. Hasn't changed. Would have helped us here today. Mater's definitely not that, but because he's on his fitness peak and somebody else is suffering in the heat, we are where we are. 2nd in the KOM, 2nd in the under 25s, 6th as a team. It's weird to see us down the order a little bit, but I also usually just quick sim these races. We have 1 stage left to go. Let's see if we have any more news updates before we jump into the later part of it. Nothing. No news updates, and we are still 15th on the next day. That was definitely the big decisive stage. Stage 7's not as bad. 1 big climb and actually a descent for a finish. Good chance that we can have both Mater and McNulty still left by the time we go over the top.
Mustn't appreciate the fact that there is a breakaway, given that the pack has increased its speed.
1 final climb, and most of the climbing, the worst of it, is actually at the base, not at the top. Which means I better get these guys use their gels now. Meanwhile, William Barta, very, very unlucky as he regains contact finally, went back to get water just on these lower slopes here and crashed. 2-man crash. The other guy he was just with a moment ago was the other counterparts to that, and it ruined his race. He definitely didn't make it back to help us out. So I had to send Bennett back to get water, which we were at least able to get that before we reached the climb. But now we're already down a man. And we'll have to set Barta to auto as he's fading now. And he'll be the first or one of the first ones out. He is the first one out. But he definitely will not be the last. As you can see, this guy's on his way out as well. And many others just hanging on to the back already. Alright, we're in a good position at the front. Nobody's attacking too hard right now. The breakaway, though. Massive gap today. They were out to almost 10 minutes. It's under 7, but I'm not sure we're going to pull that back. So the breakaway could be taking the stage. Shouldn't affect the overall. But here goes Miguel Bryan. Who is he supporting? McNulty. We want to make sure that McNulty is supported. Owen can fend for himself.
Quick attack by Matej Moric.
That's from the breakaway.
Is increasing its work rate. Some teams can't be happy with the breakaway. 15
And
kilometers
we are
remaining.
getting relatively close to actually being through that steepest section. With the peloton surprisingly still intact. Only 2 riders out for us. And yeah, not a lot of chase here.
You see that? You can read the pain on the faces at the back of the peloton. There's a growing number of
Bennett
riders
fading.
left behind.
And we'll have to use Owen to replace him.
It's going to take them on by
Who is he
himself.
protecting? It's McNulty.
Counter attack by Chavez.
Okay, now we're starting to see a little pressure in this group. Egg, Zagira. Don't know why it waits till now to tell me that they're attacking, but Owen's still here, so let's go ahead and deselect those 2. Take these 3. Use your gel. He's a punchy guy, so he'll have good pace here. But he won't last long. Okay, get a little acceleration by McNulty to close that gap. And that's it. Down to 31. Nope. That's not it.
There are just
Zagira
10
goes
kilometers
again.
left. That's really a punchy attack.
Hello, group of 3 with Ciccone. Let's make Ciccone do the work here. Oh, that's the top. Ciccone is starting to pull away. Come on, McNulty. Don't lose him. All right, pretty good gaps out here. We've got a group of 5.
Kilometers to the finish line.
Yeah, hang on, McNulty. How is he in the downhill? A 70. How is Mater? Oh, Mater's better at downhill. Let's swap these guys for a moment. And let's let Mater do some chasing here because we're losing the wheel of these guys. Little uphill section. That should be enough to make the contact.
The riders will take full advantage of the incline to get some oxygen into their lungs, but they must remember to keep their shape.
A solo victory for Matej Moric.
It's not Morich, but okay. Wow, 2K. Okay. We are coming up on it, aren't we? Mater, better speed. Swap you guys back again. And McNulty, I want you to attack here. This is going to be good for us. We could be looking closer to 3rd and 4th, but there's not going to be massive gaps behind us. McNulty sprint. And Mater, go. Gosh, we still couldn't beat him. Zagira, Ciccone. So 6, 7, 8, 9, but together we're going to leave some gaps behind us. Surrounded by breakaway riders. Carwin took the stage over Brent Bookwalter. He'll be disappointed with that. Bookwalter used to be a GC favorite, at least temporarily. At least by the American media. They tried to call him one. I didn't see him as one either. I'm sure you didn't as well. But for a moment, he left... Oh gosh, what was it? He left BMC for Mitchelton Scott, right? To become a leader. Only to be outshined by the Yates brothers almost instantaneously, even though they were I don't know, 5 years his junior. Not the first rider to make a move like that, to be a good support rider for somebody else, only to then make a move and go, oh, okay, yeah, no. No, no, when you put the pressure on their shoulders, they don't do much. This will be good for the overall, though. And this is going to give us a chance to move forward in that calendar just a little bit more and see what the signings have in store. Like I said, I think we should be just about locked in now at 15th. Alright, so Mater moves into 5th place. That's a good spot. That's a good spot. Just a few seconds behind Chavez, though. Disappointing on that. And how is Koos still 56 seconds down? Koos wasn't around here. Chavez and Koos were half a minute behind us. Those guys didn't lose too much time. Otherwise, we would have been into 3rd. If they had lost another minute. McNulty does crack the top 10, so a top 5 and a top 10 for the race. Not too shabby, considering the team we brought to it. There you go. Mater takes the under 25 jersey. Minor victory. Alright, well, the next race is just 3 days away. But we're going to go ahead and call it there. We're not going to push the calendar just yet. We'll see at the beginning next time. Still 15th, but where are we as a team? World Tour, we're hanging in there. Continental, we're dominating. Super Prestige, slowly slipping back later in the season here, especially with those Grand Tours going on, but 9th place. 9th place. Not bad at all. We're having a heck of a season. That's going to do it for this episode, though, on Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.